Hi, my name is Mady, and I am on a journey to lose weight and
to have a baby.
This is not the video that was going to go up this week. But the video that was going to go up this week is really not much better. I was trying to make a video for Mental Health Awareness Month where I talked about my journey from being hopeless to happy and how I am happy now. Despite the tone of this video, overall, I'm happy now. But I basically shared my life story, and it ended up being 40 minutes, first of all. But it ended up being super dark and super depressing for a large chunk of it. I have it filmed and edited. I even have it uploaded and waiting in the queue. So if you guys are interested, I will post it. If you're not, then say less and it will not see the light of day. Like I said, and it's also just deeply personal. But I don't want it to like trigger anybody or anything, despite the fact that it does have a happy ending. On to current events. My body continues to fail me. I could end the video here. But no, my body continues to fail me. I have been in a weight loss stall for about 2 weeks now. And I know a lot of people are like, maybe 2 weeks isn't very long at all, but it feels like forever. This is not the only reason my body is failing me. We'll get around to all that. But this is reason numero uno. I don't know why, but it is. I have stayed the course on diet and exercise. I'm doing the Chloe Teen Challenge. I'm working out 45 minutes a day, 6 days a week. Not that I'm necessarily working out for weight loss. It's just good for your body to work out. But most importantly, I am sticking to my diet. I am logging things. I'm measuring. I'm weighing. And sometimes I have to guesstimate. And so I'm like wondering, like, am I doing this to myself? Or is it just simply, maybe you've lost 40 pounds, so you're going to stall? It's probably the latter. But here's the problem with that. Here's the fucking problem with that. I may have lost 40 pounds, but I'm still obese. I'm still 5'2" and 210 pounds. And I'm not like trying to say like everybody that's 5'2" and 210 pounds needs to lose weight or anything like that. But I'm still heavy for my frame. I just am. And so it is my personal goal that I would like to continue to lose weight. I had somebody tell me like, you're thin, you did it, which is really sweet. And I responded back, I want to be at least at the point where most doctors are not going to tell me that I could solve all my problems by losing weight. Now, granted, I don't think I'll ever be there because that for me is like 130 pounds and I don't want to be that skinny. But I just want to feel good. I want to feel powerful. I want to feel strong. And I want this beach ball of a belly to at least shrink down to where I feel like I can do things without it getting in the way. Okay. So I'm stalled again. Now, last month when this happened during my 10K steps challenge, my period actually started, which was a great sign. It was a light at the end of the tunnel. It was a rainbow after a storm. My period started, and then once it was done, the weight just kind of blah, blah, blah. It kind of fell off. So I was hoping that would be the case this month. And you know, I keep reminding myself, maybe it could still be the case. If it is the case, my period is late. That's all I really have to say. My period is late. Let's move on for a minute to fertility issues. The amount of times I have been told, Mady, if you just lose 10% of your body weight, you will see changes fertility-wise. You will see improvements. The amount of times I've been told that. It's not happening for me. Now, I had 2 goals. I would like to start with losing 10% of my body weight. That would really help with regards to fertility and things like that, at least so I've been told. The second goal that I would have weight loss wise is to try to get my BMI below 40. I'm currently sitting at about 15% of my body weight lost. And I have yet to see any changes. Now, a reminder, I did take the Depo shot back in August. I took 1 dose of the Depo shot and it has ruined my life. Okay, it's not that serious. But I did, and I spotted for on and off for 4 months. Didn't have a real period during that time. The Depo shot. And that gynecologist for suggesting that I get on it. The first thing my new gynecologist said to me when she walked in was, I wouldn't have recommended the Depo shot for you because it's injectable and they put it in your, she used a medical whatever it is because they put it in your hip/leg. And so it takes a while to come out. But according to the gynecologist's office, whenever I called, whenever I was spotting, they told me that after 9 months, I shouldn't be having any further complications. We are right at 9 months now. I feel like I shouldn't be having any further complications from the Depo shot, which begs the question, is it me? Because here's the thing. I didn't ovulate last month. Since I was finally on my period and finally got off my period, I was like, sweet, a cycle, cool. I can actually start tracking things. I can start looking at things. I can at least gather data, because the thing is, I'm still taking Zepbound, which we'll actually circle to Zepbound a little bit later. I'm still taking Zepbound at the very least for a few weeks. And so me and Henry aren't supposed to be trying for a baby. The jury's kind of out on that. My gynecologist actually said she thinks it's arbitrary and it doesn't matter. But like, I am trying to be responsible and trying to wait until I'm off Zepbound and have had a month or two. Regardless, I thought it'd be a good idea to track, to get some data points so that I can bring them to my doctors and be like, okay, here's what we're working with. Didn't ovulate last month. My period is late this month. At what point is it me? At what point is it my body? And it just pisses me off the way doctors slap a Band-Aid on everything and say, just lose weight and it'll get better. We promise it'll get better. And it hasn't gotten better. It hasn't gotten better. Now, I have heard about the Depo shot whenever I Google that it can take like a year for your stuff to level out.
A whole year, you say?
Which begs the question, why did that gynecologist, knowing I wanted temporary birth control, why did she suggest that then? I hope some part of this rant is at least funny for some people. One of my weight loss goals, as I said, was to get my BMI below 40, so I have the chance to use the fertility clinic. I got a letter a while back, like a month ago, that said, hey, just so you guys know, Dr. Smith is leaving the gynecology and blah, blah, blah clinic. And I say blah, blah, blah because as soon as I saw Dr. Smith will say, Dr. Smith is leaving the blah, blah, blah clinic, I was like, that's not my doctor. I don't even know who that is. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Like, I'm good. And just disregarded it. However, I went to see my PCP about a month ago, and she's like, did you hear Dr. Smith is leaving? And I was like, yeah. She's like, Dr. Smith is with the fertility clinic. And I'm like, oh, no, somehow I didn't catch that. I thought it was just the gynecology, the same clinic I go to. She's like, yeah. Dr. Smith is the only doctor/endocrinologist at the fertility clinic. And they don't have plans of replacing him as of now. Now, I'm sure they plan to, but they don't have anyone lined up. What if I want to use a fertility clinic? I have to go to St. Louis or Kansas City. Both of which are over an hour away from me. Both of which are a drive. And it's just crazy to me that basically I was already told by my old gynecologist, hey, just so you know, you can't use the fertility clinic if your BMI is over 40. And I got my BMI under 40 and I still can't use it because there's no doctor there. What the Why does it feel like everything's working against me? Again, I feel like such a dramatic little bitch when I say that.
Oh, everyone's out to get me. You're ruining my life.
But like, what are the odds? Okay, matey, good job. Your BMI's under 40. Okay, can I use the fertility clinic? No, the doctor left. You can't. The one doctor. And there's no reason for that because the health network that I use is huge. How can you only have one fertility-related endocrinologist? How? So let's talk about Zepbound for a little bit. There's a massive shortage of Zepbound. I never get anybody in my comments saying that they're on a GLP-1, but yeah, there's a shortage of it, which sucks. I am still taking 5 milligrams. I won't talk too much because I plan to have like a little 6-month Zepbound check-in sometime in June. I am still on 5 milligrams. Now, GLP-1s aren't like magic where they make your calories count for less. I think the people who say that they can eat whatever they want and be just fine typically don't have as bad of a diet as I used to have. I used to have just a terrible diet, terrible relationship with food. So I really had to watch what I was eating. I had to count calories, not meticulously, but I would put them in a tracker and everything. I try not to obsess over them, although maybe I should, considering I'm not currently losing any weight. And I just found it really helped cut out that food noise. It kind of just gave me the swift kick in the butt that I needed. Both just spending the money to take it and also knowing that I felt like I had about a 6-month window to take it before re-tackling fertility stuff. I owe a lot to Zepbound, but to explain to you guys how a GLP-1 works, because there's a lot of this and there's a lot of that, and between talking to my PCP and also doing my own research, but really just talking to my doctor. The way Zepbound helps people lose weight is that it makes your food slower to digest so that the food stays in your stomach longer. You're not as hungry as often. It kind of cuts out those hunger cues. It suppresses one of the hunger sensors words in the brain to where it's not sending those hungry signals as often. But it doesn't make your food any less calories or anything like that. So I owe a lot to Zepbound. However, I don't know if it's Zepbound. I don't know if it's me, PCOS. I don't know what it is, but my hair is falling out so much. Like, I was in the shower last time, and I mean like clumps. I took a picture, and then I went to the bathroom and like found more hair, like a lot more hair. Like, I'm surprised I don't have bald spots. My sweet husband insists like, no, I don't see anything. You're fine. Really. I feel it when I'm putting my hair up and everything. And I can kind of tell sometimes when my hair parts, I'm like, ooh, that's a lot of like missing real estate. It's making my hair fall out. I guess that's just an aside of it's making my hair fall out. Or it's the PCOS, because that's the fun thing. PCOS does that too. And I really don't know. I don't know which one it is. One of my big debates has been stopping after these next few doses. I have a few more left in this box. Or continuing with my other box. I kind of want to stop taking it. A, I feel like I can take the training wheels off. B, it's making my hair fall out. And also, I definitely can tell it's not working as well for me. Like, if I were going to continue taking it indefinitely, I would definitely go up in dosage. I would go to the 7.5, but joke's on me, no one can find the 7.5. I feel like, okay, maybe I can get off of it. But then I think to myself, hey, matey, you're not losing weight. Is it really a good idea to get off of something that may be helping you, whether you know it or not? And the truth is, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So that's something that's been rolling around the old brain. And then last but not least, I have also been having this debate with myself about if I should cut something from my diet. The 3 candidates in question are dairy, gluten, or soy. Dairy is the one I want to cut the least. To be quite honest, your girl likes cheese. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like soy would be really challenging. And then I don't know if I believe that gluten is inflammatory for me or not. So Meal She Eats, I made a whole video about this cookbook type thing. And they're not doctors or anything. I've heard this in a few other places. But we'll just cite Meal She Eats for now. Says that gluten, dairy, and soy can be inflammatory for those with PCOS. And for me, I want to feel like I'm doing everything I can for fertility purposes. However, in this journey with my current diet, I haven't been feeling especially deprived. Like, yeah, now and then I'm like, ooh, some ice cream would really hit right now. But I haven't been feeling especially deprived. And I'm really afraid that if I cut one of those things, I'm going to start feeling deprived and I'm going to want to binge. I'm using the word binge apprehensively because I don't have binge eating disorder that I know of. I've never been diagnosed with that. I don't feel as though I do, but I definitely have been on diets, especially things like keto, where it's cutting out major food groups, where like I have a cheat and I just go crazy. Like, I feel deprived, and I feel like I have to like have this like Last Supper mentality, as Abby Sharp calls it, where I have to eat. And so I don't want to feel that way. Plus, if I cut one of these things for fertility, it's going to be for fertility and not for weight loss purposes. So there will be no cheating. I actually mentioned this to my PCP a little while back, and she kind of voiced the same concerns of like, you're doing really well with sustainable life changes. I just don't, and she admitted she didn't know enough about it, but she said, I just don't want you to do this and feel deprived and end up backsliding. And that's the debate I'm having as well. I actually have an appointment later this month with a dietitian. I've seen her before, and she was pretty helpful, like with some things. She is in network. She's not the weird, sketchy dietitian that my old gynecologist recommended. If you know, you know. But she's not like an expert on PCOS or anything like that. I did try to find someone, and basically the office was like, no, they're just dietitians. None of them specialize in anything. So I was like, okay, great. And so, but maybe to get some insight on what she thinks, but that will be later this month. I kind of have low expectations, to be honest, as to if she's going to be able to help me out. And I would love to go see an endocrinologist, but apparently I can't. I will look further into that just in case maybe there's someone I can see that's not necessarily fertility related, even though that's what I want. I don't have an ending for this video. My body continues to work against me, and I don't know what to do. My big fear is that I'm going to get to the end of the Chloe Ting challenge, step on the scale, and nothing will have changed. And the scale isn't everything, because to be honest, if I stepped on the scale and nothing changed, but then I took measurements and was like, wow, or I looked at my progress pictures and was like, oh, I see some differences, I would actually be happy with that. I don't hate the body I'm currently in. I'm just aware that it's a bigger body for my frame, and I would like to change that. And if I'm being honest, fertility and me wanting to have a baby are huge motivators for that. Regardless, I would say I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but why would you? I just needed a rant. I just needed a vent. If you guys are interested in the mental health dark video that I have waiting in the wings, let me know. If you're not, that's totally cool too. It does not have to see the light of day. But I hope you guys are doing well. I am going to go do something productive now so I can feel better about myself. But you guys take care. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know why you would after this, but yeah, have a good one. Bye.